going into real estate, it was just a natural progression, and I loved it. And, the potential to earn more money. When I was a buyer at BAE, it was awesome. I had 3-day weekends every other weekend.
This is your salary.
Cushy job, yeah.
Right.
And I had, the whole, pension, everything.
Right.
But I wasn't happy. I was like a monkey at a desk, just working on contracts, wasn't working with people. And when I got into real estate, I was like, wow, I love this. I love working with people, making their dreams come true, finding them their dream home.
Hey guys, this was a super fun episode. I had my friend Angela Dowd on the show. She's a realtor over at Keller Williams. Mom, awesome person. We talked about everything from her real estate business, how it's grown so much, her family and personal life, to the TV show she was just on. Listen to the episode. I know you'll enjoy it. All right, here we are on another episode of The Mic Drop, powered by Premier Mortgage Lending. We've got my good friend Angela Dowd on here today. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mike.
Oh, of course. You may have seen before, we've had Angela on for a couple other, last time you interviewed me, which was kind of funny.
That was very exciting.
That was cool, though.
Best day of my life.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. We did some other market things before, but today we kind of want to get to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
What you've got going on, because you got some really cool shit going on.
Yeah.
And just find out everything about Angela.
Oh, all right.
Right?
All right. Sold.
All right,
let's go.
Let's dig into it. Let's dive into it. So how long, I know the answers to most of these things, but
Yeah.
the people watching don't. So
Sure.
How long you been in real estate?
So I've technically been in it 7 years. I actually got in it because I was too cheap to pay a realtor. So I literally got licensed just to sell my own house. And I didn't even get in the business right away. I found out how easy it was and how much I loved it and I was passionate about it. It's funny. I had 3 realtors come out to my house.
Yep.
They all gave me numbers. And this was before the market exploded. Sure. You didn't often hear over asking and all that kind of stuff. And I got $25K over what they all told me. And then I saved $25K in commission. So it was like a $50K differential. And I was like, I'm really good at negotiating contracts.
Yeah.
And I was a buyer before that. So when I got out of college, I worked at BAE.
Yep.
So I was professionally trained in negotiation. So going into real estate, it was just a natural progression and I loved it. And, the potential to earn more money. When I was a buyer at BAE, it was awesome. I had 3-day weekends every other weekend.
This is your salary.
Cushy job, yeah.
Right.
And I had, the whole, pension, everything.
Right.
But I wasn't happy. I was like a monkey at a desk, just working on contracts, wasn't working with people. And when I got into real estate, I was like, wow, I love this. I love working with people, making their dreams come true, finding them their dream home.
Yeah, I wouldn't picture you sitting there at a desk just doing that. That wouldn't be for
miserable.
me either. Yeah, no. How long did you do that for?
I did it for a year,
Okay.
and I just was like, you know what? It's not what I want to do long term.
Yeah.
I actually had other workers coming up to me at BAE being like, hey, you're making us all look bad. Like, you process too many requisitions. Can you slow down? Like, because they're on us about our production. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you guys are so lazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Just because you're working harder and you're getting shit done, people are like, hey, slow it down.
Slow down.
It's like, no way. That might be awesome. Well, let's take it back even further, right?
Okay.
So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Amesbury, Mass.
Okay, grew up in Amesbury.
Yeah.
And brothers, sisters, family?
Yep, I have 2 brothers. Yep. My oldest brother, he played in the NFL, which was pretty cool. My other brother, super successful, one of the top execs over at Ryder. He manages a bunch of locations, so I'm super proud of him. So both, I have had excellent brothers growing up. They always protected me. Anyone messed with me, they would literally beat the crap out of the kids. So
were you the youngest?
I was the youngest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So grew up in Amesbury.
Mm-hmm.
And then where'd you go to school?
So I started at Immaculate Conception, and then we moved up here in high school. We moved to Salem. Yep. I went to CCHS, Central Catholic. I know. Yeah, I went to Central Catholic, and my goal was always to get a scholarship for basketball. Yep. I was like a psycho. I trained 4 hours on the weekend. Every day I had a trainer. Everything. I got one scholarship offer, and then it just didn't work out. I tore my ACL, and they're like, see you later.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, yep. So that kind of went by the wayside, and I was like, you know what? School's probably more important than athletics.
Yeah.
So I did a postgraduate year at Phillips Academy Andover, and then
didn't know that either.
Yeah. So I went to Phillips for 1 year. Yep. Totally different world than Central.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Like Friday nights, there's no partying. Everyone's up in their rooms studying, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Did you live there?
Yeah, I lived there.
Wow, must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so, you got like the smartest people from like everywhere in the world going to Phillips.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I feel like it's good for me because it's funny going to like Lawrence to Andover.
Yeah.
I feel like when I'm working with clients, it's just very easy for me to get along with everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, it's good to be able to like mesh well with all sorts of different
Yeah.
people. I kind of feel that way too. Like
Yeah.
no matter where I am,
Yeah.
I can kind of fit in, which is cool.
Yeah.
All right. So then where'd you go after that?
So after that, I went to Babson College.
Okay.
And that's where I met my husband, Ryan, on the basketball court, of all places.
So shooting some hoops?
Shooting some hoops. He was a little stalker, and we just, fell madly
He was
in
a
love.
stalker?
He was a little stalkerish, yeah.
Why? What did he do?
So he would like find out where I was. For instance, like he would go to the library and fake print stuff. He'll even admit this, like fake print stuff, and he'd like throw his glove at me, hit me in the head. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, who are you? Like
just out of
out
nowhere?
of blue, yeah.
He was just actually stalking you?
Yeah, a little stalkerish. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. But it worked. I liked it.
Yeah,
I guess.
Was gonna say, like, how did that? How did he wear you down?
He just over time, he didn't go away.
You're like,
and then,
all right, fine.
Yeah, actually, the only reason I feel like, I don't know if I should say this or
you can.
not, but part of the reason I wanted him, so I totally got hazed my freshman year in basketball. There was a senior that would just, bully me, every practice, everything. So we were at a party and she's like, freshman, he's mine, like back the, what off. And I was like, oh, girl, we ain't on the,
Ryan?
Oh yeah, she wanted Ryan. I'm like, girl, we ain't on the basketball court. It's game on. And that night he became mine. I was like, no.
Nice. Just like that. You're like, I don't think so. Really, just because somebody else was trying to take him.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yep,
I like it.
Yep.
Winning attitude.
Yes, that's right.
That's cool. So that's where you guys met. And then I know a little bit of the backstory kind of from there. I didn't know all that cool stuff. So I'm happy to learn that. But where'd you go from there? Were you straight to BAE or?
I went straight to BAE. I did the family business too for a while. So, our family business, we did everything from car washes, gas stations. We ran 7 Dunkin' Donuts at one point.
Yep.
And I loved, doing that. I loved the entrepreneurship. So I went to Babson for entrepreneurship. I've kind of always had that entrepreneurial spirit. And,
Now you just learned that from your parents, just watching your parents?
My dad. I mean, he was super successful, great guy. And, that's why we went off and did the Dunkins and everything. And I love my family, but I also love not working for them.
Sure, of course. So what, I think you told me before, you and Ryan were working together. Dunkin' Donuts,
yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing we didn't get a divorce. We should have gotten divorced, but we didn't.
Were you already married then?
Yeah, we were already married then.
How long have you been married?
We've been married. Oh my God, we've been together 20 years this September. So married like 14.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Forever. Yeah, he got me my freshman year. So yeah.
he got you, right?
He got me.
Well, lucky guy. So you were in the family business.
Yep.
Let's talk about that for a second, 'cause I always find that stuff interesting. So what would your dad do? Kind of like get into all sorts of different businesses, like anything that he found interesting, you kind of go that way for a bit?
Yeah, so when I worked for him, it was mostly the gas stations, convenience stores. So what we would do is build up the business and then pretty much lease them off. And it sounds like, why would you do that? You collect a check every month and you don't have to run the business. It's actually quite genius.
Right.
He recently just sold some of them, but it's actually the best business plan
any
I've ever
local
seen.
Ones?
Yep. So the old U.S. Gas in Salem.
Yep.
And then he had one in Hampton, a U.S. Gas, and then, they convert. So whoever bought it, it was Speedway for a while. And then also he has one right now in Lee that he leases out, and then we bought 20 acres to develop behind there. So we're working on a development right now too.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So like Speedway and U.S. Gas, they would just be leasing from
my dad.
From your dad.
Yeah, but he just sold those ones and made bank, and he's a very smart man.
Yeah.
So it's been great to kind of learn from him. But I really wanted to get into real estate just because I was passionate about it. Like I wasn't passionate about Dunkin' Donuts. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, I love doing this and I'm excited when I wake up. I can genuinely say I'm excited because I couldn't work 80 to 100 hours a week if I didn't love what I was doing every day. And, to get paid what we get paid, it makes it all worth it.
Well, you have to love it, right? Because then it doesn't feel like work.
No,
Like I haven't felt like I'm going to work, like going to a job in, I don't know, 15 years. I just haven't because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I enjoy working with real estate agents like you, and really, it's not even just working with; it's like making friends.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Like,
You're like my best friend. I don't know if you know, but
seriously.
you are. You and Nicole.
No, seriously, I love you guys. I love you. You know, and it's great because it's like you make all these awesome relationships, and now like some of my best friends, right, are people that started with you sending me a buyer to pre-approve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. There's not too many other businesses where that really happens.
Yeah,
And then even with the clients too.
Oh, some of my best friends are my clients too.
Totally.
It's that's why I love what I do every day, and
So it started with you selling your house.
Yeah.
What was that? Not was that your last house or the house before?
Oh no, this was actually almost like a flip. We bought a foreclosure, so this was way back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that was in Pelham, and we got it for a steal. It was actually mislisted. It showed it was listed in Pelham, Mass, but it was Pelham, New Hampshire. So like nobody knew about it, and I don't even know how I figured it out.
But I didn't know there was a Pelham, Massachusetts.
I don't even know if there is, but I forget how I figured it out. But I was like, hey, this is mislisted, and I showed it to my husband. He's like, oh my God, that's a steal. So. We just bought it. We put in a minimal money, and we made almost $100K on it. And that was back when things weren't crazy. So we were pretty excited. So we bought that probably 9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 13, 14, somewhere around there.
Yep. So it wasn't like a crazy market by any stretch of the means. But I mean, in a year of owning it, make $100K back then.
Did you live there?
Good. Yeah, we lived there for a year. It was just like we kind of updated the kitchen a little, didn't do much. But I kind of fell in love with it. I was like, ooh, I really like this. And I was still working for my family business. So I was like, I can't hop into this. I can't just leave the family business. But once we sold the Dunks, I was like, I love you guys, but I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
What'd you do after that? Did you go right into real estate then?
Yeah, no, I went right into real estate. And it was scary in the beginning.
When you and I started working together, was it? How long ago was that?
That was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
If you asked me without me thinking about it, I'd say it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I want to say 4 years ago.
Yeah, because I was over in that office. Early. I know that. So
yeah, that's when I was at Coco. Yeah, that's where I started.
Right, so you got into it. How'd you end up at Coco early? How'd that happen?
So I ended up at Coco early. I just really loved Shannon DePietro.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
No,
and I was like, I want to work from her, learn and grow. So that's really why I chose it. And I told Shannon when I went there, I'm like, I want to learn from you. I see you everywhere. I totally respect you. Yeah. And I think she was like, oh my God, you're a stalker. Talk about stalker. I was a stalker.
No, I mean, I appreciate that. That's just being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, there's many people in business that I would say, hey, I want to talk to you and listen to you. I mean, probably your dad.
Oh, yeah.
Next time I'm in a room with him, I'd like to talk to him and just learn from him. So
absolutely. You always want to, that's one thing I've learned, especially recently. It took me a while to figure that out, but surround yourself with people that are more successful, more knowledge, and then grow and learn from them and then make your own, So.
Yeah, and what I found too is never think that like you know everything.
No, I don't.
Right? Like I never think I know everything. I don't ever think I know anything.
Everything's changing too.
Always trying to change, always trying to be better, think differently, grow. You know what I mean? How can I get more by doing this, or you know what I mean? Like whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a very important part of our business because it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Like it's especially on my side, it's the same for like a couple months.
Yeah.
Oh,
so true. So true.
So let's talk about this now, right? So what you're doing these days, you're absolutely kicking ass in real estate.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are, you have been for years now. You came in and right out of the gates, you were doing very, very well.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, the first 6 months wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I think anyone that tells you they crushed it in the start, that they're lying.
Right.
The first, because when you're new, everyone knows that you're new. Even your family and friends don't want to use you. Right. And do you blame them? Right. You want someone with the experience when you're purchasing.
To trust that they know what
you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So in the beginning it was tough because I know we had this conversation before, but I was spending thousands of dollars a month in marketing, advertising, lead gens, everything. Yep. And in the beginning, there was no return on that. Right. And I kind of went to my husband. I was like, do you believe in me?
Yeah.
Like, can we do this? And, we were in the red for a while, but we stuck it out. And I think that's why, 80% of realtors quit after the first year because they think it's just instant gratification. You have to work your way up. You got to learn the ropes. You got to get the knowledge and experience. And then if you treat clients right, they're clients for life. And that's where now I just get the easy calls of, hey, we're looking to buy again. And, it's,
well, that's what's awesome about this business too. Like over time, people that you worked with before that you treated well and you did right by, they just call you back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's
you almost get like these residuals after a while,
It's a beautiful
That's what
thing.
happened the last couple of years with all the rate, when the rates were so low, refinancing for us. I mean, our phone was literally ringing people calling us to refinance.
I only did 3 loans last year with you.
Yeah, well, it made sense. You know what I mean?
It did.
It made sense.
I have a 2.75 rate thanks to you, Mike.
Right. I mean, it's good timing. The rates are like, super high right now.
I know.
But I actually think, let's talk a little bit about that because you might have some good insight on it, right? With the market and the way everything's been going as far as these home values, right?
Yeah.
So there's hardly any houses on the market.
Yeah, the inventory is all-time low. It's brutal.
And values are through the roof.
Through the roof.
Right?
Yep.
Rates are going up. What do you think's going to happen next? I have a bit of a hunch.
Yeah, I mean, you talk to a lot of experts. They think a recession is coming down the line, but I'm honest with my clients. I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball.
Yeah.
Obviously, what goes up must come down eventually. It's just not a question of when really is that all going to happen. And that's the biggest conversation I have with my buyers that, hey, if this market turns, are you guys comfortable riding it out until it goes back up again? Because you don't want to be underwater with your house.
Yeah.
But I also want to be careful not to advise people, oh, just wait, something's going to happen. It's going to be a recession and then housing prices go up. Like, I really don't know what the market's going to do. But, I agree with you, all the trends and the way it's looking.
I don't necessarily think it's going to be a full-blown recession.
I don't think it will be like 09.
I just don't think well, that was totally different.
Yeah.
That was a collapse.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that was a collapse. And I don't think that'll happen because everybody buying these homes now and for the last, I don't know, since then has had to qualify, right?
Yeah.
Prior to that, people didn't even have to qualify. It was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke. So now there's actually regulation in place as far as lending is concerned. What I'm hoping happens is as these rates go up, at some point, people are going to say, okay, well, the rates are now approaching 6%, right? When that happens, that's going to have a significant impact on what the monthly payments are going to be, right? So if you're going from where you were, 2.75 up to 6%, that's going to change the payment by hundreds, in some cases, $1,000 a month, right?
That's a lot.
So maybe at that point, people will start to say, okay, we got to settle down on all these ridiculous sale prices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The home prices will start going down.
They'll start to go down.
Yeah. It will
slowly.
equalize,
even level off.
Yeah.
Just stop doing what it's doing now.
Yeah. The craziness is still there.
I know.
I just put in an offer. Thank God my buyers were all cash. We were actually fourth in line, they said. They got 6 offers. And we went significantly over ask. And they were like, you guys were like number 4 on the price list.
Crazy.
But yeah, you're still seeing 100, 150 over ask.
Yeah, it's nuts. And even some of these, like some of the new construction right now that are like a decent home, but nothing crazy. I mean, 1.3, 1.4. I'm like, million? You know what I mean? Like, just 3 or 4 years ago, that's an $800,000
house. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like nuts.
It is.
But I just hope it settles down really so that people that want to buy a house can actually have a chance to buy a house.
I know. I was out with a buyer today and I felt so bad. They were so frustrated. Like, this is what I get for $900,000, almost $1 million,
right. Almost $1 million bucks.
And you can feel the frustration. And I wish I could change the market, but I can't. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. And
why do you think, from your professional point of view, why do you think it is that we're not seeing any houses hit the market? Is it just because those people have nowhere to go?
I mean, I have a lot of people that are just kind of holding off. Like, they want to list, but they're just not sure right now. Like, I think it's coming. It's still just the beginning of April. I think once summer hits, I think it's going to be way more. That's just my opinion. I've been asking around other realtors. Right. Hey, what do you guys got coming? And it seems like there's some decent pipeline coming. Right. I think right now it's still winter. I think COVID still kind of threw everything off. I know, don't even say the C word.
COVID. We're over that.
Yes, we're over that. But
I'm over COVID.
I think there's more coming. I really do. But it is even slow. Like, usually I'd have more listings than I do right now. Right. But I see the pipeline, especially later in the year. And I can't say why. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think in all reality, this year is just not going to be a big year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's okay, right? Like, in this business, sometimes you have ups and sometimes you have downs.
Yeah.
I was going to say it kind of sucks because I've never, in all the years I've been doing this, I've never had a back down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where is it?
Well,
but it'll come.
Yeah, the other big thing is a lot of people are like, great, I sell, where do I go? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I can't lie to you. Like, inventory is what it is, you know? But that's the other big step over. If someone, isn't, maybe if it's their second home, they don't care. Right. But, if someone has to move on, that's a big hurdle to get over. And then trying to get a home sale contingency accepted. I mean, come on.
Well, it's like this vicious circle where like nothing's working, you know?
Yeah.
It's like we just need more houses. If we just have more houses, we'll be okay.
Absolutely.
Do you think, and I'm legitimately wondering this, I don't know, do you think people are like waiting to see if it's going to continue to go higher and higher and higher so they make more money on the houses?
I don't. I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I haven't really heard that from a lot of sellers. Good. I think they're more concerned of where do they go. That's the biggest thing I get. And I'm honest with people about, well, if you can't afford to carry 2 payments, the home sale contingency, it's going to be a long, hard road. And not to say, I mean, I've gotten a couple accepted this year, but I mean, you get a lot more rejections than, you know.
I mean, some of these agents were telling me you're getting 30, 40 offers on these houses.
Which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. It's not fun putting that offer package together for sellers when you have to go through that many.
You know what I mean? But even then getting back to all the buyer, like everything, it's just going to be so much work.
So much work,
you know?
Yeah, it's actually a lot tougher market than people think, you know, if
I think it's easy because everything sells in a day.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually the polar opposite.
Right. Yeah, you have to work twice as hard to get the same amount done.
I'd say 4 times harder.
4 times as hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Then past year. Oh, yeah. This is a lot more, and it's a lot more hours. You have a lot more time in it with, you know, the sellers know, but the buyers, absolutely. I mean, you know, I used to, typically people would be under contract within 3 to 4 months, and now I'm
at most.
It
was quick.
Oh yeah, maybe even a month or 2, but I'd say max. But now, you know, I have some people. I mean, most people, I'd say it's in the 6 to 8 month range on average. So that's just mine.
But even that, like, it's like so long to even be looking for a house for the buyers.
That's a long time. Yeah,
you know,
8 months,
like spending all your weekends and nights running around looking at homes.
Yep, and you got to go right when they're listed. Like things don't last long at all. Like one just popped on a Wyndham. It was under agreement in 1 day. 1 day. That's not enough time for everyone to, you know, get there.
Everything's under agreement in 1 day. You know, for some like crazy price.
Yeah,
it's like, well, and I think it's kind of unfair to the buyers in that you think about like, you know, when you probably bought your first place and even your second place there, right?
Yeah,
like. You go and look, right? And if you like the house, maybe you'll come back again and take a look at it again.
Yeah, or you think about it for
a night. You
can
think about it for, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can think about it for a day or 2.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
You get like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Before you used to be able to go look at like 5 houses and decide which one you like.
Yeah.
Like now it's just you're excited one came on the market.
Like, ooh, I like that one. I'll jump at it. But I think what that's going to cause is buyers to, you know, to purchase these homes and then not be like, totally happy with them.
Yeah, so that's why I'm big on a must-have and a like-to-have list that I really push my buyers on because you don't want to buy something you regret. So your must-have, that's your non-negotiables.
Right.
If it doesn't even have it, don't look at it. I need this to be happy. It has to have a garage, whatever it is.
Yep.
And then your like-to-have it be negotiable. Or say you're really big on kitchens and you want your dream kitchen. Okay, this isn't your dream kitchen, but there's enough money in your budget where, hey, that's something I can make this my dream house and we can change that. You can't change the neighborhood. You can't change the property. You know, there's certain things you can't change. So make sure you have your must-have, you know,
that's
list.
A good call.
And then you like to have.
And in this market, you have to go at it that way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, you know, you're talking about the things you do with your clients. It almost sounded like a TV show, right?
Oh, it did.
And you're on a TV show.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Sure.
So it's Beyond the Close now, right?
Yeah.
Was it Agents on Fire?
It was Agents on Fire, and then someone came forward, said they had rights to it, and they didn't want to like delay it, even though they thought they did. So it just went to the wayside. Now we're Beyond the Close.
All right, well, tell us all about it.
Yeah, so I was shocked when they called me to say, you know, do you want to be on the show, blah, blah, blah.
How did that start?
So I actually saw it on a Facebook ad, and I applied online.
Yep.
And when the guy called me, I mean, we were just laughing on the phone. I'm like, this has got to be some scam, or like, I'm going to get there and someone's going to jump me at the studio. Like, what's going to happen? And I got there and I saw Kevin Harrington. I was like, oh my God, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, so it was surreal. It was definitely a dream come true. I remember the day we were filming there, I called you. I was literally,
I remember that.
I was dying. I mean,
like,
I was shaking.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. And I was like, because you have to go in this room, you sit in front of the 3 judges and they just shoot questions off at you, like kind of like the Shark Tank, you know? And I remember calling you being like, Mike, what do I do? Yeah. What do I say? Like, you were like my first call. Yeah. I was like, forget Ryan, and Mike will know what to do.
I pumped you up, and I said, you go out there and you tell him you're Angela fucking Dowd. Yes, right? That's what I said.
I did that in the mirror like 100 times.
Yeah, and it worked.
It worked, yeah. I mean, I made it top 3, so I was really excited about that. Thanks to all your help. And yeah, so, they come out, they film you. It's big on, coaching and mentoring. Like, how do you grow your business? How do you do the most for your clients? So, you meet with all these people like Jay Abraham talked to us. He's one of the top 5 consultants in the U.S., which is so cool. Kevin Harrington, he worked with us. So, to have some really successful Uber people, help you, it's amazing.
Yeah. So there's how many people started on the show?
10. And now there's 3 finalists. And then
so how did that work? Like as it's gone, like you got like knocked out somehow?
Well, when we first went out to Clearwater to shoot, that was the whole interview with the 3 judges, and then they picked the top 3.
So that was the 10. Oh, they picked the 3 then.
And they picked the 3 then. So
and then they've been kind of like following you throughout.
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Well, so what have you been doing? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no. So every week they make us do these commitments, and it's like, I'm going to get 2 new listings this week, and it's good. They make you focus on family and personal goals as well. So like for me, me, it's always spend more time with my family or friends.
How's that going?
Yeah, it's going. It's so funny when we were, what was it, last week you called me. You're like, I'm so happy you're spending time. I'm like, I'm writing an offer in the car with my family.
I called you after that open house and I had a question or something, I forget. Yeah. And you're like, no, we're actually going down. Where are we going? The Yard House?
The Yard House.
Yeah, to get nachos. I'm like, good for you, Angela. Yeah. It's nice to spend time with your family. You're always running around like a maniac.
I am.
You need balance.
I know. That's right? and the show has helped me with that. It's great. I have an assistant now.
Yep.
So that takes a bunch of workload off of me where I can spend more time with my family. So that's kind of been my goal because my kids are getting older. They're 7 and 9 now, and I don't want to miss all of them. I gave up a lot of their childhood. So I am trying to work on the balance.
Yep.
And
so important.
So, even for that alone, the show was worth it.
Well, good.
But it's helped my business so much,
Well, implementing an assistant or people to help you too can make it so that you can actually do more with less time, right?
Exactly.
Like you always need to look at that and say, okay, will this allow me to, I always say, will allow me to get more business or more time with my family?
Yeah.
And if either of those things are there, then it's worth it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So by hiring someone, it allow you to, not have to spend your nights writing up all the contracts. Maybe she can help with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you can actually, say goodnight to your children.
Yes.
Things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Talking about your kids, can you tell the story of when your daughter threw away all of her clothes?
Oh my God.
I just think it's a great story that everybody should hear.
My beautiful daughter, Alana, she is the sweetest soul. She just has very giving, obviously. So I had told her, hey, anything that doesn't fit anymore, throw in the trash bag. We're going to donate it. And she came out and there was like 8 pieces of clothes on the floor. I'm like, girl, no, half of your clothes don't fit you anymore. Donate them, whatever doesn't fit. So of course it's my fault. I threw like 4 ginormous, I'm talking the big gallon size bags in my car, drop them off at the church. Next day I go, okay, we had to get dressed up for something. I'm like, go put a dress on. She's like, I don't have any dresses. I go, what do you mean you don't have any dresses? All right, go put jeans on. I don't have any jeans. I'm like, wait, what did you do? I went in. Every single drawer was empty. All we had was the hampers. She had no underwear, no socks, nothing.
What did she keep?
Yeah, her PML. And I have the pictures to prove it. Thank God. You literally dressed her for a month. I was so mad. I was like, I'm not even buying you new clothes. Like, you are done.
Funny. Now, all she kept was her PML sweatshirt, right?
Yeah, every day, T-shirt. Every day.
T-shirt.
It's priceless. And she loves them. Like, that's still all she wears. I bought her new clothes, and that's all they wear.
Well, Patrick tells me that, too, because Patrick always wears his PML sweatshirt to school.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I see Alana running around with her PML sweatshirt on, too.
Oh, yeah. She's like, she thinks she's too cool for school because she's got her PML.
Awesome. I love that story. It's so funny. I was dying laughing when you first told me.
That was probably my worst parenting moment because I don't think I've ever really yelled or said a bad word, but
You haven't? What have you been doing?
Well, I mean, to them, I'm pretty easygoing.
I scream and yell at them all the time. This is to the point I don't even care.
She heard some new words that day. I was like, oh my God. It was bad.
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
Part of being a parent. parent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So what else do you like to do besides working, right?
Besides
working and being a TV star.
Yeah, right.
What else do you like to do for fun?
What do I like to do for fun? I love playing basketball. That's
Yeah?
like what I played all growing
Yep.
up. So
You
anything
still play all the
competitive.
time?
No, not all the time. But if
Yeah.
like we have free time, me and the kids and Ryan go out there and we play
Yep.
and it's fun. I like any sports. Like I'm
Yeah.
kind of a tomboy. I was a tomboy growing up.
Yep.
Like I can beat Ryan in tennis. It's the only sport I can
really?
beat him in. Yes. Yep.
You guys play a lot?
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to play because I beat him every time.
That's really funny.
But yeah, no, I mean, I just like to, if I have downtime, like we just got our dream pool. So like just hang outside, enjoy it with the family. Yeah. Spend family time. And I don't often relax. My husband always jokes. He's like, can you ever just like sit still for 2 seconds? And I can't. So, that's part of my goals for 2021 is just to step back, relax, and enjoy the family.
Does Ryan like to sit and chill?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll chill all weekend. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think that's like important for me anyway. I always find it like if I can like chill and relax, then it almost like recharges me to keep going. But from what it sounds like, you're talking about like your whole life now, it sounds like you've just never been that way.
Never been that way.
You've always just go.
No, if I stop, I actually feel guilty. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like I'm doing something wrong, whether, and I can't even explain it, but I literally feel guilty just enjoying myself. If I go even shopping, say for myself, I'm like, oh, I should be doing this or this. Like I always have this list in my head that's going that I feel like I need to always be constantly improving myself. So it's hard, but the show has helped me with you got to have some balance in your life. So
I don't think that's abnormal though.
Yeah.
I've had times in my life when I've felt that way too. You know what I mean? It's like, I should be doing more. I should be doing this.
Yeah.
And Nicole, she's like that all the time.
She is, yeah.
She always feels like she should be doing more. Like, and it's stuff that like, I'm like, what the fuck are you running around for? It's like 10 o'clock at night. And we just like chill out. And she's like, wow, I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like always like stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I'm like,
true.
you don't have to fill every single second with things to do. You know what I mean?
That's so true.
That's why you got to find things to do that are just like relaxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yesterday afternoon, we came home and, we took care of whatever stuff we had to do. Then I'm like, let's just go sit in the hot tub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then because then it's like a thing you're doing, but like it's a nothing thing.
Yeah.
You guys have a hot tub?
No, we need one. That's on our list, Mike.
Yeah,
That's on our list.
Hot tub?
It's a must have.
Take the house, take the pool, just leave the hot tub for me.
Yeah.
That's it. I love that thing. I'm in that all the time.
That was on our list. And then when we were like doing the backyard, we're like, maybe we're going to take that off and wait 1 or 2 more years.
Yeah.
So,
I told you that was going to happen.
Yeah, you did.
Backyard.
You called it out.
Because that's what happened to us.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, the first time they came out, when they came out to give an estimate for the pool, I'm like, that's not bad.
Yeah.
The pool.
And then you had the fence, the landscaping,
everything
the bushes,
else.
the trees. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it was like, now we need furniture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I knew it, it was
ridiculous.
Like quadruple what I thought it was going to be. But that's all right. I mean, like, I love having the backyard done like that.
Yeah.
It's like
your backyard is amazing.
We love having yours is too. Because we love having people over and host parties, and I love that shit.
Oh, we're having parties this summer. You guys are all invited.
Yeah,
I hope you
we
come.
can go from my pool to your pool.
Yes, sold.
You guys, you around for 4th of July?
Yes, of course. We didn't miss it.
It's on the 3rd this year.
Oh, the 3rd. All right.
I know.
I
I've
will
never
mark
not
my
done
calendar.
it on the 4th.
I've never missed, I don't think.
No, I think last year you came in a boot, right?
Yeah, I did. I was
like
in a boot.
broken foot.
I broke my foot.
You're like limping in. I'm like, you okay?
Which one was that though? I broke my foot like twice in like a year and a half.
That was when you like fell on the curb or something.
The curb, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what happened? You're like, I don't know.
Curb took me out. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, level. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Snuck right up on you. Wow. So, all right, you got lots of good shit going on, Angela. As always, I'm always very impressed with everything that you do. You're always working so hard. Like, even in the gym in the morning, you're working like a fucking maniac.
Yeah, I have mental issues.
No, it's impressive. It is impressive. But you need to be calm at the same time.
Well, thank you for literally since day one. If there's any realtors or anyone out there looking to partner with people that want to truly help you grow.
Yep.
I mean, PML, Mike Comerford, you've changed me and literally inspired me. And that's the biggest thing is, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with people that are more successful than you. That's the secret. So
yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know what I mean?
And you guys kill it. You're number one. Everyone, you can't go anywhere everyone knows Mike Comerford and PML. If you don't, you live under a rock. Like, how do you not?
Well, thank you. We try our best, But that's it too. It's just, trying our best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
so true.
what you said, like I tell other agents that I'm like reaching out to or trying to start to do business with. I'm like, listen, I want to truly like form a partnership here where I can help you grow your business and we can grow together. And they like don't believe it because like everybody else is just so selfish.
Yeah.
But I'm like, honest to God, really, if I help you grow, it's just going to help us grow at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So right. So I'd rather help you knowing that I'm genuinely just helping you. And then it just comes around naturally.
Amen. Amen.
Like doing the right thing.
And you have the trust, because that's the biggest thing. Like I always say, real estate, this is people's biggest transaction. I need to know that lender, I can trust them and they're going to get the deal done.
Yep.
And that's the most important thing is I know I can trust you.
Yep.
Never let me down. You always come through. You saved deals for me where other people had let down, where they didn't listen to me. Hey, use PML. And what happened? You came in and you saved the day.
Yeah, Superman. We had one that was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was a crazy one. It was like
a week or something.
It was under 2 weeks, I remember. And the people couldn't get commitment and it was horrible. And I called you and you made it happen and we still closed on time in
we did.
less than 2 weeks. I don't know, even know how that's possible. But
well, it's funny because I like challenges, right? So if you say can't do it, I'm like, oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
I'll do everything we have like within our power to make it happen.
You did.
So. All right.
Thank you.
Angela, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Where can people find you?
So they can find me online. I have Instagram, obviously, Angela Dowd Realtor. Same, my KW site. So angeladowd.kw.com.
Yep. And look her up on Google. You'll find her shit all over the place. She's wonderful, wonderful person, excellent friend, great real estate agent, great mom, wife, everything awesome. Thanks so much, Angela. People, if you need help, give Angela a call.
Thanks, guys.
The mic drop. Subscribe to success.